Hi, this is Christian, and welcome to NFL Updates Express, your weekly dose of NFL news. Coming your way, Week 4 predictions. It's one of the best rivalries in the NFL, back for a new edition, as Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers travel to Soldier Field to take on the Bears. Now, the Chicago Bears have looked pretty good this season, starting out 2-1. Even though their embarrassing loss to Buffalo in Week 1, they have rebounded, winning 2 straight, one against the mighty 49ers and the next against the New York Jets. The Packers, on the other hand, have struggled. After beating the Jets in Week 2, they lost Week 3 to Detroit, and they also lost in Week 1 to the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. The Chicago Bears are hoping they can get Brandon Marshall available for this game, along with Alshon Jeffrey, both with nagging injuries, but they should suit up, along with Martellus Bennett, the tight end who caught 2 touchdowns last week against New York. This will be a great game, and I think it will come down to the battle of the defenses, with both teams having very potent offenses, and I think that the Chicago Bears will get the job done at Soldier Field. Dylan's prediction is the Chicago Bears. Ice up, son. Steve Smith is playing his former team, the Carolina Panthers, as they travel to M&T Bank Stadium to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Now, Steve Smith has looked very solid with the Baltimore Ravens, his new team, putting up over 250 yards with his new quarterback, Joe Flacco, who has looked pretty solid after a shaky Week 1 performance against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Carolina Panthers, on the other hand, are coming off of their first loss of the season, losing in embarrassing fashion to Pittsburgh, 37-19. But the bright spot is Kelvin Benjamin. He has looked amazing this year, being the go-to guy for the Carolina offense, along with tight end Greg Olsen. Carolina's offense will need to play much better if they want to beat a Baltimore team that has looked prime, with Steve Smith ready to get revenge and showing that it was a mistake releasing him. This will be a tough game, and I think that Steve Smith will play an amazing game, but I think that the Carolina Panthers defense will rebound, and they'll get an upset win over Baltimore. Dylan's prediction is the Carolina Panthers. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Now, Tony Romo, well, he's looked average to say the least. And after his Week 1 performance in which he threw 3 interceptions, he's rebounded a little bit, playing pretty decently. After his bad showing against the Rams in the first half, he had one of the biggest Cowboys comebacks in history in the second half. The New Orleans Saints, on the other hand, have not looked great, but if they can beat the Cowboys, they'll be at 500 and they'll be right on track for the NFC South crown. It's a tough division with Atlanta and Carolina, but if they get the job done on Sunday night with Jimmy Graham and Drew Brees, I think that the Saints will pull this game off and get to 500 on the year. Dylan's prediction is the New Orleans Saints. It's the New England Patriots traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Now, the Patriots as a team, they haven't looked as dominant as they were in the past, but even with that, they're still on top of the division. Well, they're tied with Buffalo anyway, for now, until Buffalo collapses and the Patriots will be back on top before you know. This game will be a big game for both teams, as the Chiefs could make a statement by beating a solid team like the New England Patriots, and the Patriots could go to 3-1 and show that even with not being dominant, they can still win games. Rob Gronkowski has been the big key for the New England Patriots offense, with Danny Amendola not stepping up, and the only other option being Julian Edelman in the passing game. Ridley and Vereen have been solid but not amazing, and if the New England Patriots want to make any sort of run, they'll need to step up. The Kansas City Chiefs running game has been pretty solid, with Niall Davis taking over for Jamal Charles' injury, but if the Chiefs want to make the playoffs, Jamal will need to come back, and he'll need to come back better than ever. Overall in this game, I think that the New England Patriots with Rob Gronkowski and Brady will connect for a touchdown, and they'll win this game. Dylan's prediction is the Kansas City Chiefs. the player of the week is Minnesota Vikings rookie quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. Now, after Matt Castle, the Vikings starting quarterback, went out with a season-ending foot injury, it's Teddy Bridgewater's show in Minnesota. He'll have to show the Vikings that he was the right draft choice in the first round and reel off a few wins this season to prove that he deserves to be the starter in Minnesota. We'll see if he can do that starting against Atlanta this week. It was an amazing day for the New York Giants as Larry Donnell catches 3 touchdowns from Eli Manning, as Manning throws 4 touchdowns on the day and the Giants win 45-14. Alfred Morris and Andre Roberts had the only touchdowns for the Redskins on the day, as the Giants completely dominated Kirk Cousins with 5 turnovers for Cousins on the day. It was a rough game for the Redskins, and they'll look to rebound next week. Let's recap Week 3 of the NFL season. First, we had Thursday Night Football with the Atlanta Falcons dominating the Buccaneers 56-14. We also had the Chargers over the Bills 22-10, the Cowboys over the Rams 34-31, the Eagles over the Redskins 37-34, the Giants over the Texans 30-17, the Saints over the Vikings 20-9, the Bengals over the Titans 33-7, the Ravens over the Browns 23-21, the Lions over the Packers 19-7, the Colts over the Jaguars 44-17, the Patriots over the Raiders 16-9, the Cardinals over the 49ers 23-14, the Seahawks over the Broncos 26-20, the Chiefs over the Dolphins 34-15, the Steelers over the Panthers 37-19, and the Bears over the Jets 27-19. The upset of the week was Texans versus Giants, and the game of the week was Seahawks versus Broncos. Our prediction records for Week 3, mine was 9-7, and Dylan's was 11-5. Our prediction records for the entire year, mine is 26-22, and Dylan's is 29-19.